So this is my outfit and this is the money that I had. I literally had to get out all the money like in cash to pay for this trip because my card didn't work. Yeah.
We have all our bags ready to go and we're just waiting for our flight, which I think is with this company. I'm sitting down on the floor at the airport because our flight was delayed due to bad weather. So we are just waiting around to see if that will change or if they may cancel the flight. And if they cancel, then it obviously pushes everything back a day. But this is a situation, it does happen quite a bit. It is known for having weather issues. So, but I'm feeling a lot better now, and I ate a protein ball. I'm getting hungry again, so I'm feeling better, back to my normal self. So, flight is delayed, and I think it's going to be cancelled. There's nothing much more we can do about it. This just means that we will be starting the trip today as planned. We'll get the community, a helicopter coming over its way around to land with the names from landing, and we get the feeling that she's obviously extra US. So, that's what we're doing. The helicopter and then we'll be come to the place that we're going to take the helicopter to Lukla. It was a bit of a stressful time. We've been waiting for a long time. We arrived at the airport at like 8 and now it's like 2. So we're probably not going to trek today. We'll just go to Lukla and stay there, and then we'll start our trek tomorrow. They say that you need to wait like you need to plan like 2-3 days just for those flight delays because it can take up to a day too. Yeah, but glad.
Get this woman passing along with Sepa, which is the first summiter of.
So we arrived in what's this place called again?
Lukla.
Lukla.
Lukla, now we're
And
going to Thardin.
and we're going to, what was it?
Thardin.
Bin. And because we arrived so late, we're actually walking in the dark, so I got to use my headlight, which was cool. This is just like a downhill trek and I think a little bit uphill, but we're going to a lower altitude than Lukla was, so yeah. I felt a little bit sick before. I'm feeling better now, but I've still got to stick back from the helicopter ride. Yeah. Alright, so we made it to our first destination, which is Puchek, and we have had our dinner. I've actually had noodles and kept it down in soup sort of thing, and this is a room, so that's where I'm sleeping. I'm not going to do no over because it is cold, and then that's that one. Toilets are good here. I'm just sorting out my bag because I have a lot of stuff still in my day bag and I don't need that, so I need to put it all in this. It's been okay so far. It is a bit cold, and yeah, I have got some
liquid again because I threw up again. So the gentleman actually said most people get sick from food poisoning on the mountain rather than mountain altitude sickness. So I guess I'm not the only one getting sick from food poisoning in Nepal. And you're not supposed to have like bready things after, and I did have something bready when we got off, when we were waiting in the airport for the helicopter. So yeah, the helicopter was amazing, and we landed, and then we went straight to trekking. We thought we weren't going to, but they decided that we were, and yeah, so tomorrow we'll go to Namshank Bazaar, and that'll also be the place that we rest too. So yes, we were hiking in the dark, which was really awesome. So this is what I'm wearing, and then I just wear my, what are these called, Mera Gore-Tex hiking boots that I got from Annapurna. So in my bag that I'm taking as my day bag, I didn't have, I don't have a lot of stuff in here. I did yesterday, but you know, I'm learning on the trek. So I only need my passport today, muesli bar, tissues. I'm going to take this because that's how I filter my water. I'm going to take some Panadol, so I've got a sore throat, just sunscreen. There's glasses in there, I don't think we'll need them. And then there's just the antibacterial wipes as well, that I'm taking to wash my hands. And that's pretty much it. So that's all I'm taking today for hike day 2. So this is the view from my window. And you can see the bridge there. That's one of the bridges that they used to get across. That one I think is just for the locals. That's not one that we actually cross. But you can hear the water, so nice. Should get down there. Look how high the mountains
Permission, they will not allow to. Still for honey in here.
But you cannot.
Not allowed.
Why is it like a normal honey or is it?
Alright, so we've just been hiking and we've just stopped for a water break, and they've got these the toilets. There's still Western toilets. I think some might be in the just a hole in the ground, but you got to bring your own toilet paper. So So it looks like they're able to grow some green vegetables, onion, and they have cabbage over there and beans, so they can grow their own fresh vegetables.
just from the Thane, and we go here, here, and here. Today we are doing Namche, and tomorrow also. And day after tomorrow we do Tenguji, and Dingguji, Lobche, and Gorakse. It's like Everest.
The best camp is there.
Best camp is Kathmandu. 유재야, 뭐? 아, 저는야, 두네.
Okay.
We're currently in Namche Bazaar, which is where we'll be staying on our second night.
Coming from Lukla, from coming there. It's big.
We made it to Namche, and now we are in the tea house where we're going to be staying for this night and the next night.
So the trek today was on and off, hard. Like it was mostly uphill, so that was a bit hard, because we were over 3,000 meters, 3,000 meters. Yeah. It was hard. We were struggling to breathe and things, but it was fine. We took enough breaks, and we even got to see Everest today. One of the water like toilet stops, there was a sign, and it just showed Everest just above it, and we all got to see that. So that was really cool, and we've seen some other peaks as well. It's just amazing. You think you're high up, and then you see higher peaks, and you're like, wow. So yes, we're gonna have a rest. It's a beautiful village here. I'm gonna go and explore, and yeah, basically all I had today on for this trek, day 2, was this raincoat, the windshield, and then just my thermal shirt, and I've got thermal pants on, and just my hiking pants. When you're sitting and staying still, it's cold, so that's when you need your down jacket, but when you're moving, you get really hot, so sometimes I'll have my beanie on, sometimes I'll have my buff, and sometimes I've had my gloves on, like on and off. I'd use them just depending, but you literally, when you start biking.
When they say room with a view, this is such a beautiful view, and then you look up there and it's like, hi.
Come get to.
nice with the village.
So we are on day 3, and this is our rest day, and then we'll be going, today we'll be going on an excursion to the highest hotel, Mount Everest View Hotel, I believe, and that's 3,800 meters, but we just come up because the guys are checking that they wanted to see the sunset. A sunrise, sorry, and we've come up and there's like Mount Everest is behind me. There's that peak there. That one there is Mount Everest, and I was like, that one's taller. And so is that one, but he's like, when you go up close, it's not. But then there's heaps of mountains just around here, and then there's this massive one just here. Because go up close, so you can see it. But isn't that just amazing? Like the sun's coming up on that one. It's just crazy, it's incredible. I'm just sitting here in awe, like looking over this valley. I can't believe I made it up this far. I was so nervous just like a few days before, freaking out. Now I'm here. It is a little bit hard to breathe, but when you're going up the mountain, but when you're resting, like you acclimatize and you know, becomes normal for you. It's not like you're conscious of it. I'm having such a fun time. This place has a lot of like shops and things, so definitely when I come back I'll be getting some souvenirs for my children, and they actually have a bungee here as well, so I'm considering doing that as well, because why not? When am I going to be back in Everest? I have thought about doing one of the peaks that don't require oxygen. I think you can do it up to 7,000 meters or 6,000. You can do a peak that doesn't require oxygen. I'd probably freak out if you'd have to have O. So, yeah.
Check out like morning.
From the checkpoint, no?
Yeah, from checkpoint.
We were just inside here where they have a movie about the waste in Everest and what they're doing about it. There's a company called SPCC, and they collect the trash, and they ask people to carry it down with them. They've also got this little souvenir here that, because most of the recycling they can recycle, but the bottle tops they can't, so they made it into this little souvenir that you can buy. It's really cool. They've got this all interactive educational center. It's such a good concept. And those are the bags there, so they come in one kilo bags that you can take down with you. That already has the trash sorted ready to go when you take it down to look like. So you can have a look here at what it used to look like. Isn't that cool? And that's one that we're staying at. And this is what it was when they first made the summit to Everest in 1953. So that's where we flew into by helicopter, and then we've trekked all the way there to Namche Bazaar, and we're just here. And then we're gonna go to the Everest Base Camp, and then there's Mount Everest.
lunch, dinner, and then tomorrow we're trekking again. Our park there is where we're going to go tomorrow. We are now climbing back down to Namshank Bazaar. It's amazing, look at these views, just incredible. I'm in such awe. And we keep bumping into people that we've met either at the airport at Kathmandu or staying in the guest house. Just really amazing. So this is our rest day, and they've got a couple of markets here that I'm going to check out. Pretty much anything you need you can actually buy here. And they've also got like little souvenirs. They've got their bank here as well. Really nice, a Yeti bar. Lots of fun things. Good morning. We are on our 5th day. Oh, let me sit down. So we're just in our tea house, and I don't know if you can see it. That's not there. But we're on our 5th day. We'll be trekking to where are we going today? Tengbuge. And we'll be having lunch, but it's about a 6-hour hike, and then we'll be hiking the next day. So I am starting to get a bit of a sore throat again. I had it pretty much when we started trekking, but it just kind of went away. And it's gone away. It seems like it happens overnight. And then I've just got a runny nose. I think you can tell I'm speaking to my nose. So for breakfast, I'm having Tibetan bread and a jasmine tea. So the trek so far has been quite easy. There's mostly flat, a little bit uphill, but the dust is starting to come up. It's quite dusty on this trail. So I've been wearing my buff, and the guide is wearing his as well. And then we'll stop for lunch soon. And then after that, I think it's like an uphill climb to Tengbuge. So yeah, it won't be a bad day today, but it is hard to go uphill when you're at like a higher, you're at like 3,000, 4,000 meters. Go that way. We're gonna go down this way. Let's hope.
There's lots of forest. National park people, they not allowed to cut the tree.
Yeah.
It's setting like the environment.
Yeah.
So because you can't cut the tree, they're using the animal poo.
Yeah,
There's no trees anymore, no? It's on the way.
After tomorrow, we'll not see
So they
tree.
use that to light the fire.
in the house to keep warm. So we've just finished lunch and now it's time for us to hike 2-3 hours uphill. So we're gonna pause and we're ready to go, hopefully. We've made it to our our third place that we're staying on day 5. Tembuji. There's a monastery here. So we just rested and now we're going on a little excursion to the monastery there. We're not able to film inside, so I'm just filming a little short one here. So I actually have these little flags and they're called Langje, I believe. And they're to bring good luck for your family, health. And he said you can put them in your garden, but in order for them to work you do need to get them blessed. So we're going into the monastery now and I'll get that done. What is it called that they're doing?
Huh?
What's that called?
This
Puja.
puja, yeah.
Puja.
Doing puja like morning also, like in evening also. Always time inside the many monks.
And what is it for? They're praying?
They pray for good luck for all people and like pray for monastery. When the monastery they pray for always time, like morning and evening.
Yeah.
This morning.
So this is the room for tonight, staying in Chembuje. And this is the door. It's a little hard to kind of close, but this room's got free charging in your room, which is awesome. I'm already in my shoes. I'm gonna go downstairs, it's quite warm. And they've got a bakery and a restaurant. And they've got an outside balcony just outside my window. The town is very small. It's very foggy, overcast. Apparently if you put anything outside it will freeze overnight. Yeah, we had a difficult trek today. We went from 3,600 meters, I believe, to then 3,200 meters down. We had lunch there, then we went back up to 3,800 meters, which is where we're at now. So it's very difficult for us, but we made it. And we've just visited the sites around. There's not any shops here or anything like that. It's just the lodges and restaurants. I love this room though. I was surprised that no one's actually sleeping with me. I haven't had anyone share my room since I started the trek. And there's curtains. I love these curtains. They're so pretty. I'm gonna go downstairs and yeah, relax
So it is day 6. I just woke up and I've come outside and look at this. We're getting so close to the mountains. This is just crazy. And then there's one over there. No, but yeah, there we go. And that peak just there, that's actually Everest there. But this is the town of Tembuge. There's a couple of mountains over there too. I'm gonna go downstairs and have some breakfast. So we are just on our way to Tembuge. The path is pretty flat. We're just taking a little rest here, but it's mainly flat. It's not a hard hike. It's only 4 or 5 hours today, which is good. We'll have lunch before then, like halfway. Yeah, leaving was really cool. We're coming closer to the mountains. You can see one there, and there's a couple just up there as well. So it's getting exciting. We'll be resting in Tembuge as well, so we have a rest day tomorrow and we'll be climbing, doing another excursion to 5,000 meters, which is almost at our goal altitude in EBC. So we just stopped at a village. This isn't our final destination. We're on our way to go have lunch, but one of the guys has actually fallen a little bit more sick, and so we've stopped to get some tea for him, and he's lying down. I'm actually just on my way to find some Lay's chips. I really want something salty. I'm craving salt, so I'm on my way to find some Lay's chips. So we are coming into the village that we'll be staying at night time, Tembuge. There's quite a few yaks around grazing. So I ordered the spring roll and chips. This is certainly a different spring roll to what I'm used to. So we have reached Dingbouge, and this is my room that I'm staying in. I didn't film it yesterday when we got in. This is a room, and I've got really nice view out here of the mountains, and then there's also a view here. Probably can't see that though. There's also a chance to have electrical blankets as well, a bit of a luxury. I had my phone charging with the power bank because you've got to pay for it here. It's not free. I pay for the Wi-Fi, which was about, oh, I'm sunburned. How much was that? It was about, 1,000 rupee. And yeah, I've got some washing done as well, so yeah, overall it's really nice, nice and cozy. We had breakfast. We're all feeling a little bit sick yesterday. We didn't really eat too much. Now we're going to trek up to a mountain, which we can go to the peak, or the summit, I believe, but we're probably not going to do that. One of the guys is quite sick. One of the other ones has a headache, so we're going to see what happens, but that mountain is 5,000 meters, and then we'll come back down here, which is 4,000 meters, Dingbouge, 4,440 meters, for our acclimatization day and rest day, and then we'll, I think we'll be having lunch up there anyways, and then we'll just have a little bit in the afternoon to rest, and so we are just coming back from hiking up the mountain. We're about 4,900 meters. We didn't go all the way. It's quite steep here, and that's the track that we'll be going through tomorrow. But yeah, now we're going down. We'll probably have lunch, rest for the rest of the day. I do need to get a couple of things from the market, the shops in town. I'm really craving those Lay's chips. I want something salty, so my guide is gonna go get some. So I'm currently in my room, and we just got back from the hike, and I'm charging my power bank with the solar, and then I'm also charging another power bank, and then I'm also charging my phone. So far so good. I actually left this in the room and it started charging the phone because it started charging because it was in the sunlight. So yeah, that was pretty handy. The room is actually really warm. I got in, and because I left the curtains open, everything was just quite warm, which is really good. So I've just got back and I'm in my room charging a couple of things. I'm going to go to the markets a little bit later and just have a look around, chill. I did get a headache when we went climbing up to a high altitude. We went up to 4,900 and I got a headache. When I come back down, it seems to have gone away, so something to be mindful of. But I still was able to eat lunch and keep it down, so that was really good. Yeah, just chills for the rest of the day, drinking some water and preparing. It's 2 days until we reach the Everest Base Camp. I feel like I'm definitely getting sunburn. I'm not using sunblock at all, but I probably should start putting it on. It's just so cold in the morning, and you just put on the bare minimum, I guess. Yeah, it's gotten to like minus 19 degrees here, so it is very cold. It's hard to find that motivation to do all the things that you need to do. and just walking in Dimbuje village, and I just finished watching a documentary at a cafe called Sherpa, and it was just so beautiful, so sad about the conditions and the tragedies that have happened and what they've done about it. It's quite interesting. I'm glad I watched it. So we are trekking to Lobuche, which is the final village that we'll be staying in before we head up to Everest Base Camp, which is tomorrow. This one's pretty flat, as you can see. And we'll have lunch, I think, at 4,800 meters, and then we'll stay, I think the town is 4,900 meters. It's a tiny house that we've just come across. It used to be owned by the yak owner, but now that it's a national park, they're not allowed to live here. We're just having lunch at this place here at 4,600, and then we're gonna go all the way up that trail. There's actually people walking now all the way up there, which will take an hour, and then it's gonna be flat after that. This is where we had lunch. So we're just visiting the memorial that's on the way for people that have passed away on the mountain. A lot of them have passed away from the avalanche that happened from the earthquake, and then the avalanche in the season before. I think it was 2013, 2014, or 2014, 2015, I'm not too sure. It was actually I'm just trekking down, and there's snow on that mountain. Coming into the next town, I was staying in Lobuche. You have these little Wi-Fi cards that you can purchase for. This one is 1,000, but we're in a really higher town, so we're in the last town before base camp, Lobuche. So it was 1,000 rupee, but you just pay and then you use the code, and that lasts for 24 hours if you need it, of course. Alright, we are in our final place that we're staying before we reach the Everest Base Camp, and it's lovely. It's got a desk even, and you come out and it's got a lovely view of the mountains, which is good. And then I found people have written on the wall little things. Mistakes will keep you up at night. Get shit done. Who's gonna carry the boats? Just be yourself. Nepal never ending. Peace and love. You saw heaven every second that the world stood still. Keep going. And that's me. I am sunburned. I can't believe that. I'm actually sunburned. First time in a long time. We just ordered our dinner, and I actually ordered a veggie burger. I was just like, yeah, I'm ready to have some like food that's not Nepali.
I think I can stomach it. So we'll see. Yeah, I might go exploring, or I might just get into my comfies. I did actually get a book that I'd like to read, Faces of Everest. So I might do that. They have a library downstairs, a little exhibition sort of museum windows of decades past, what they use for gas and oxygen. Yeah. So I thought I'd have a look around. It's absolutely freezing. So mountains there. There's people going up there, but I'm not doing that. I am seriously sunburnt. I'm gonna go back now. The ground is like freezing. Oh. I thought I'd go and explore just to see what's about, but yeah, there's not a lot here. It's a very small village here. Which is fine. Go and charge my phone. Find something to do before dinner. So today is the day that we go to Everest Base Camp. I don't know if you can see this, but it is so cold that you can see the condensation. Currently in this room, there's a fireplace there in the middle, and yeah, everyone's extremely cold and they're tired, but we're all ready to kind of go to base camp today. So we just came from down there, walked all the way up. And there's a whole mountain range over there, which will be Everest. Everest will be there. I'm just sitting here. We're out having a water break. Almost there. Made it to Gorokche, which is where we'll be having lunch and staying, dropping our bags, and then we'll be hiking to the base camp. Oh, so tiring. I just got in my room for the night in Gorokche, and I'm actually charging my power bank via solar, the sun, and I'm puffing because we've just had lunch and I'm going to base camp by myself. The other guys got a bit sick, and so they'll be going a little bit later maybe, but I'll be going right now.
Please come here.
We've made it to the base camp.
Just play around, even when like I'm moving and stuff. I can't help it.
So we made it to Everest Base Camp, and everyone's taking photos. Yeah, you can see Everest there. It wasn't a difficult trek. It was mainly flat and some uphill. You can see the Kathmandu glacier, and you can also see there's heaps of snow around on the track, making it a little bit slippery. But we made it, which was amazing, and we got a couple of nice photos. We'll probably head back soon. I'm glad I made it though. Okay.
We're now Everest Base Camp. We already did Everest Base Camp. And now we are back to Kalapatar.
Yay!
5,600. We already did 5,346 meter. Now we have to do like Kalapatar, like 5,600 meter. We're now keep moving back to Kalapatar. Goodbye.
Someone carved a rock. It looks like the mountains on this rock here.
We're not Kalapatar. We're taking this video from Kalapatar. You can see bland is blackfish mouth. Everest, the highest Everest from Nepal and from Aussie. Let's see. Good view for here.
So we just climbed halfway Annapurna mountain and we're just having a look at Everest. I can't see with my glasses, but it's a black one in the middle between these two. That one there. I'm just sitting here having a rest, catching my breath, getting some water, and then we'll head back. And then we'll sleep here one night, and then we're gonna go back all the way to Lukla to catch the flight, and then back to Kathmandu. It is in the morning that we're returning going down, sorry. So we're going down, and the guys that I was with, they were sick. One of them had a cold, he said at dinner, and then the other one, he was the one that's always been sick and had vomited. They decided to take the helicopter and go home, or catch the helicopter to Lukla. And yeah, I don't know anything further, but I've gone down and I've gone to the next town. I'm just having tea here, and then I'll go down to where we're having lunch, and then we might go further. I'm not too sure because it's just us now. Like, I've got one porter that's with me, and I don't know if we're gonna go faster now, or I'm not too sure, but I'm glad that I've made it, and I'm going back down. And yeah, it's just interesting how it hits it. The sickness hits everybody differently. Like, a lot of people leaving from the previous town that we were in, a lot of people were vomiting helicopter rides in the morning, so they didn't even make it to the Everest Base Camp. So yeah, I'm grateful that I got to experience it. And now we're going back, and soon I'll be home. Yay! So I am back in Namche. We just finished hiking down, and we just got a welcome juice. So we'll be staying here a night, and then I'll probably go down to the markets and have a look around. I might get a tattoo, not too sure yet. And then sleep here, and then tomorrow we go to Lukla, sleep there, and then we go back to Kathmandu.